this video, I wanted to go ahead and break down my productivity schedule and what it's looked like over the past 4 to 5 years and how it's changed from working in the business, building the foundation, starting my entrepreneurship journey till now where my business is successful. I'm running multiple businesses. I have a coaching business, and I'm more on the management side of working on the business instead of in the business, and how you can go ahead and transition and do the same as I did. If this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos, my name is Jay Mendez. I've been wholesaling real estate for the past 7 years, and I've been pretty successful at it. If you go to my channel, you'll see a lot of videos about real estate, a lot of videos about motivation, consistency, and just making sure I'm providing value to you guys the same way that I've learned from all my own mistakes over the past years of my journey. If you're ready, let's get right into the video. But before we do that, I want to talk about all the misconceptions that are out there in the world, right? You'll see a bunch of people say, you got to wake up at 4 in the morning, you got to do a cold plunge, you got to do red light therapy, you got to read a book, you got to meditate, you got to fucking dip your face in ice water. Like, none of these things will actually move the needle for you to make more money if that is your priority, right? To make more money, you need to do deep work that will actually move the needle and make an impact in your business. Now, you can be fat doing that, you can be out of shape doing that, you can be a drug addict doing that, but obviously to the average person, having a routine, being consistent, being aligned with your goals, and making sure that you have a vision to work towards is going to help you be more successful, probability-wise, by a lot, right? I can tell you from my experience, I'm not the most adequate, I'm not the highest qualified to be in the position that I'm in, but I just work on a consistent basis, and I had consistency with the vision, right? I had my goals, and obviously I pivoted over time, right? Not every single time a strategy is going to work, but as long as you pivot but remain with the same goal, you will always be successful as long as you stick at it. And hopefully this will help you become more productive. Hopefully it will help you make more money in your business and become the next version of yourself that you need to be to reach those goals that you have. Let's get right into the video. So I would say for the past 2.5 to 3 years, this schedule that you're looking at right now on Google Calendar was my everyday routine. And it was nothing more complicated than I wake up, I go to the gym, I look at my leads, I get new leads, I manage them, I follow up with people, I go to the gym, I go to bed. This was every single fucking day. No misses, no nothing, right? Now, obviously, there's clearly a lack of detail when you can kind of peek on the right and see my current schedule of what it looks like now. But this is pretty much it. You can see even no color coding, no nothing. Even on Sunday, I had the same schedule, even though I didn't call on Sunday. Sunday was family time. But this was literally my schedule. And this is what built my foundation for my schedule to look like this. We're not going to be there yet. But for a lot of you guys, as you get into wholesaling, as you start closing your first couple of deals, or maybe any other business that you're currently trying to go into, this is what your schedule is going to look like. It's going to look like needle moving work, being in the business, showing up every single day because you are the only employee. You either don't have the marketing to handle a team, you don't have the money to handle a team, or you just simply are not there yet in the business to hire anything out or have team members. So you are the only team member. You are the only employee. You are the business owner, employee, management, HR, you're everything. So you have to show up every single day. And this is what I did. And this is what made me my first, like $1 million, $1.5 million? So not too bad for a very simple schedule. And that just goes to show you, you don't need to overcomplicate this shit. Just do the fucking work. And that's what I did. Now these days, it is a little bit more complicated. It is a little bit more kind of broken down with the nitty and gritty, right? So if you are building your first Google Calendar schedule, which I very much recommend, it is going to be way easier for you to follow a routine, and the probabilities of being successful will be higher if you're following a consistent schedule and you have notifications coming in every single day. So in the beginning, you want to go ahead and map out the start of your day and the end of your day. So my start is I wake up in the morning around 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. That's when I wake up. I naturally wake up at that time. And if not, I have my alarm. Now, as far as alarms, if you have trouble sleeping, you're a heavy sleeper just like I am, where you simply just don't fucking wake up in the mornings, you can use this app right here called Alarmy. I downloaded it. And you have missions to do. You can either add math equations, you can shake your phone. As you can see, I have a math equation for my 5:58 alarm, and then I have a shake your phone alarm at 6 a.m. So you're in bed, you're already pissed off, your alarm's going off, and this shit's loud as fuck. So then I gotta sit there at 6 a.m. while I'm half asleep, not wanting to wake up, and I gotta shake my phone 20 fucking times. That will clearly help you wake up. And then another thing I do is I put music as soon as I'm up, right? As soon as I handle my alarm, as soon as I'm up off the bed, I go turn my TV on or I play it on my phone, I play a song. It's normally the same song every single day, and that gets the blood flowing, gets the mind working. You start getting some energy through your apartment, through your place, through your bedroom, wherever you're at. And that also helps me get my day started. And obviously from there, I get my little morning routine going. I wash my face, I wash my hair, I take a shower, all these things, get ready for the gym and plan the day that I have ahead. A lot of people will tell you to plan the day before, but I get a lot of new stuff getting sent to me early morning from like 4 a.m. to like 7 a.m. I get a lot of updates. I get a lot of stuff that I know I have to fix that day. So I normally like to do my to-do list in that morning for that specific day. Now, the importance, another very needle moving factor to actually waking up in the mornings is going to bed early. So when you're making this calendar, you want to set the morning routine and you want to set what time you actually go to bed, which is arguably more important. Because if you're not getting enough sleep, you're going to be tired all day, you're going to be fatigued, and you're not going to be able to wake up at a certain time because your body just simply won't let you. Obviously, you can force it, but you're not going to be optimized. And the goal, obviously, as you're going through your journey, is to be optimized and try to maximize whatever energy you have throughout the day to put in as much work as possible. So my normal bedtime is between 11 p.m. and 12 p.m. That is normally the time where I honestly can't work anymore. Like my quality of work goes down, right? I can't shoot a video at midnight. I can't get on a call with my team at midnight because I'm going to be saying, I'm going to be thinking, I'm going to be going blank because I'm already tired. I use most of my energy. I'm starting to get fatigued around 10, 11 p.m., right? So that's the time my body naturally wants to rest, wants to recover. Recovery is very, very important. Treat sleep like a priority, right? Treat sleep like a gift. Think about how good you feel right before you wake up. Think about that comfortable feeling of you in your bed. Think about how great you feel after you get a good night's rest, right? For me, I try to think about that as I'm going to bed late at night because a lot of times my mind is just running. My mind is still racing even though I don't have the ability to do consistent quality work anymore. But that helps me go to bed and actually prioritize it because I'm thinking about the quality of sleep and I'm thinking about my next day, right? I feel like I'm rambling on about the same topic. But that is the start and the end of my day. So as you're building your Google Calendar, make sure you map those out, you add the borders, you add the guidelines to your day. So some people say the week starts on Sunday. Cool, we'll go with that. So I normally go to the gym every single day, right? I don't miss a day. A lot of people say you need a rest day. I don't think so. When I feel tired, when a muscle group is just tired or whatever, I'm feeling exhausted, I'll just do cardio or I'll just sit in the sauna and I go through the cryotherapy or I'll go swim. Something to get the mind moving, get some of that physical energy out of my body. That way I can sit at a desk for 5 hours, 6 hours straight and get work done, not be angsty, be fatigued and stuff like that. So I go to the gym every single morning and I eat Chick-fil-A every day but Sunday. So I go to the gym, I'm normally there for about an hour and a half, and then I go get Chick-fil-A breakfast. I get the grilled chicken muffin. It's great. I eat it every day. You want consistency, especially with the food that you're eating. That way you're not going through all these highs and all these lows because one day you're eating fucking KFC and the next day you're eating a salad, right? So you want consistency as much as possible. So on Sundays, I block out my whole calendar, right? I could sit here and try to be a wannabe entrepreneur and give you like this crazy, crazy schedule. But it's like, no, on Sundays, I try to take some time off. I obviously still have my laptop with me just in case there's some fires I got to put out. But I try to be intentional with the time that I spend with my family. That's something that I don't think I can put a price to, right? Granted, my family, knock on wood, something happens, I lose a family member, anytime soon. I know that I did my best to prioritize the time with them, to fit their needs, to try to be involved as much as possible. Because I've moved out almost 3-4 years ago almost, right? My first time actually leaving the house and not being there on a consistent basis was when I was 17. I got an office, right? I got a private office space, at a co-working space. And I was there from fucking 7 a.m. till like 9, 10, sometimes even midnight. And then I would literally just go home and sleep. Go home, sleep, and eat. And that's all I would do at home. So technically, like, I wasn't even home at all. So I was like, in that time, I wasn't even going back home and actually spending intentional time with my family. Like, I'd go, say goodnight, wake up before everyone, go to work. And the problem with that was, yes, I was making money. Yes, I was getting a lot of shit done, but I felt like I was a stranger to my family. You know what I mean? And I didn't want that feeling moving forward. So as time went on, I started prioritizing family time. And, like I said, money can't buy that. So I spend that time with family on Sunday, and then the bedtime stays consistent. You want consistency all throughout the week. So now Monday's packed with calls, same thing as Wednesday, and same thing as Friday. So on Mondays, we have the one-on-one calls with the team, which, I mean, if this is the first time you're watching, I do have a program where I do consulting with people that are looking to close their first wholesale deal or scale their wholesale business. And I have one-on-one calls with them from 8:45 to around 8:30 to around midday. So you can see I have that on Mondays and I have that on Wednesdays. And those are all one-on-one calls where I'm, talking directly with clients, between like 30 minutes to 45 minutes on each call, making sure everybody's on pace, making sure everyone's following their structure, and making sure nobody's falling through the cracks. That's the thing I don't want. So that is the start of my day on Monday. Then I go and get breakfast. Well, it would technically be lunch, and I normally just cook something really quick here because I don't really want to go off track and lose focus and go drive somewhere, and it's asking for distractions. So I get my breakfast. I get off my phone, I turn everything off, I eat, I either watch a YouTube video or I'll listen to an audiobook or something, and then I'll call my parents. Same thing. I want to be intentional with my parents. I want to stay on top of them, making sure everything is good with them. Then I have my team meeting, which is more admin stuff. As you can see, instead of being in the business, like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm working more on the management side, making sure things are optimized, making sure everybody's reaching their goals, and making sure structure is still being held in all the companies that I'm working on. So we have that team meeting with the internal team for about an hour, and that's on Mondays. Then I get my to-do list done. So normally I'm not done with my to-do list before 4 p.m. I still got some stuff to do, and that's why you can see later in the day I have this huge time slot to get more things done and just making sure, hey, I'm still putting in work. So in that case, as far as what I'm doing during that time, it really ranges depending on what the priority is for that week and for that month. I honestly go through phases. Still to this day, this schedule isn't super, super solid, but the main outlines of it are, right? I'm following this until, I don't know, whatever my goals change, I guess. But no, this stays pretty consistent. And as far as the to-do list, right now, I'm currently just making sure ads are good for our own company and the clients' companies. Making sure that, hey, everybody's getting qualified, the pipelines are working well, all the automations are working well, and making sure that my assistant is getting that all figured out and making sure that he can handle the fulfillment later on. But we're still working on that right now. And then for the to-do list, obviously, it's just the same throughout the day, making sure everything is on top of. Then I go and get a run. Either I go run or I go back to the sauna, or I could just go swim. So one of those things to also exude some energy, making sure, hey, I'm okay, I'm relaxed, I can sit here and work for a consistent amount of time. Then I have the Q&A call with students, and I do that also on Mondays. And then I have sales training calls on Wednesdays. So that's for about an hour. Those are group calls. And if you should follow me on Instagram, if you're not already, because you can see me living out the schedule every single day on Instagram. I'm trying to be as active as possible, so you can see this is my story on IG. So you can see I'm coming back from the gym. I'm probably coming back from some food, getting my car detailed, a group call, some student results. This is me waking up today, sauna, and now I'm making a video, right? And then from here, I do have to get on another call right after I'm done with this. But yes, so we have that Q&A call with the students, making sure everybody's good to go. And then I probably answer questions on our one-on-one channels probably for like 30 minutes after that call, just in case anybody needs more help. And obviously I finish my to-do list. I get my last meal in around 10:45. So I'm eating 3 meals a day, and mostly heavy meals as far as lunch and dinner, just because I'm trying to get bigger. And then bedtime. Again, strict with the bedtime. Tuesdays, I'm doing program updates and learning. This is something that I've been implementing over the past like 6 months, just trying to improve my own knowledge level, improve my own just being, right? I'm trying to learn more things. I'm trying to learn from other people that are doing way more than me. So I'm still buying programs. I'm still buying courses. I'm still buying masterminds. I don't think I'll ever stop doing that, just because it's literally a cheat code, right? The same way somebody would pay me to get their first deal or scale their wholesale business, I'm paying somebody else to learn how to do $1 million a month, right? $2 million a month, $5 million a month, exit a company, which I've never done. So I'm still trying to get to that next level, and you're always going to feel breakthroughs, right? You're always going to go through phases of plateau, and then you're going to go ahead and move up to that next level once you change your habits, once you change who you are, and once you look in the mirror and say, I don't want to live this life anymore. Now, granted, I'm happy with the life I'm living right now, but I know a couple months down the line, I'm going to say, okay, how can I move the needle better? How can I be more leveraged to make more money with less amount of input, right? So that is for Tuesday. Program updates, making sure the program is up to date, making sure I'm learning stuff myself. Again, breakfast. Then I work on YouTube content, like I got to make a video or something, or I'm just answering questions on comments, or you guys will see it if you follow me on Instagram or here on YouTube or on TikTok. I'll just post some stuff during that time. Then again, back to the to-do list, back to the run. Then we have the Josh acquisition call, which is one of my students. Joey and Josh are actually partners. I think they got $72,500 locked up this month alone. Like, bro, they're fucking living life. And it's crazy seeing their transition from coming with 0 deals closed, right? Maybe like $5,000 to like $7,000, $8,000 out of pocket negative to now consistently closing deals. And it's definitely beautiful to see. I get really good fulfillment from that. And then obviously the rest, to-do list, get all my shit done, get my last meal, and bedtime. Wednesdays, I got one-on-one calls, like I mentioned before. Again, content, pretty much the same thing. Then we have sales training with the client group. Pretty good. I love the sales trainings. I love the group calls. Everybody's funny as shit. Everybody's super cool in there. I'm glad because clearly I'm getting the right type of people coming in. Now, the only difference as far as Thursdays and Fridays is I'm working on my dad's and mine HVAC company, and then just recently helping my mom start a hot sauce company. So it's the first time I'm doing it. I'm obviously implementing all my experience that I've had, but we're working on that on Thursdays and Fridays, making sure we're keeping the wealth in the family and making sure, they got something to do. That way, hey, they don't have to go work somewhere just because they want something to do, right? And then Saturdays, that's kind of the time I take away to actually clean my place, kind of get my mind off of work and just brainstorm, right? Think for myself, be in my own space. And it's kind of meditation in a way, right? I play some music, I'll either play an audiobook or something to where, hey, I'm listening to something while I'm doing all this work. Keep my space clean. Keeping your space clean is very, very important, because if it's all cluttered, if it's all dirty, you got dirty clothes laying around and all sorts of stuff going on, your brain is going to be the same way, and your environment really says a lot about you. How you do anything is how you do everything, and that's the difference between this schedule right here and the one that I showed you before, right? You see how simple it is, you saw how straight to the point it was, but there was a lack of detail, right? There was a lack of leverage. With here, I'm super leveraged compared to back then, right? I'm making more money with arguably less input as far as calls, less input as far as being in these businesses, but I'm more on the management side, so I am more leveraged, therefore making more money, right? Which is the goal for a lot of you guys. I know a lot of you guys are in your early stages, you're building the foundation for your business, you're building the lead flow, you're closing your first couple deals. The goal is to get to a point like this where you're working on the business and you're being leveraged. Leverage is the key to life. So yeah, that is Tuesday, Thursday, and then literally the rest stays the same. So as you can see right here, on Fridays and Saturdays, I don't have calls, so I just spend that time learning, making sure I'm bettering myself, and then the rest stays the same. So this is my current schedule that I have right now. Now, as far as you guys and you building your own, what you can copy from this is obviously Sunday. You probably want to spend time with your family. As far as real estate, Sunday is really an off day. Most people don't want to be called. Most people don't want to be followed up with. Most people don't want to sign anything or do any needle moving work. So I would just spend that time with family or spend that time learning, right? Another thing that you should copy is the borders, the guidelines of your actual schedule, the bedtime, your wake up time. That is very, very important. And then setting these things up. So your bedtime, the time that you eat, the time you go to the gym, and the time you wake up. Those are the most important borders. And from there, obviously, your priorities are different than mine. You might be in your early stages. You might be cold calling. You might be managing campaigns. You might be managing text or building your CRM or whatever you're doing, right? Whatever moves the needle in your business while you're in it, that is what should be on your schedule, and that is what's actually going to make you more money. Don't think that, hey, I need to wake up in the morning and I need to do this and I need to do these, all these things that these people are trying to sell you. That's not going to make you more money. That's not going to make you a better person. What is making sure you're learning every single day, you're progressing in your business, you're progressing in your personal self, and you are trying to become the best person possible. Counter says, it's just BS. But yeah, that's pretty much my schedule that I'm running right now and the schedule that I had before. Yeah, you guys should follow me on Instagram. I provide a lot of value on there, the same way I do on my YouTube channel, the same way TikTok is I just kind of play with TikTok. I just post whatever on there. But yeah, if you guys are interested in getting coached by me on closing your first wholesale deal in the next 60, 65 days, DM me the word contract on Instagram or click the link down below in the description of this video, and I'll go ahead and either text you back or we'll get on a call and see if it makes sense for you. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to see other types of videos, comment that down below. I definitely want to know what you guys want to see, how I can help you guys become better entrepreneurs, better real estate investors. And from there, I just got a text from Grady, which is one of the guys. Look at that. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of scripted. He texted me this about an hour ago, but it's still a win though. So yesterday he got a deal locked up. Not yesterday, he got a deal locked up about 2 weeks ago. He found a buyer yesterday, but then the actual property details that weren't disclosed by the seller weren't correct, right? So the property wasn't a 3-bed, it was actually a 2-bath. So the buyer had to go down on his initial offer from 60,000. Yeah, so you can see right here, I have it at 60,000. Grady had the contract at 60,000. The buyer came down from his offer of 65 to 52.5. So I told Grady, yo, go for the renegotiation. He knows how to speak to people. He knows how to renegotiate. He knows how to pull pain points. And all of this was learned with me. Grady came in here with 0 experience. And now he got a reduction to 42.5. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. It might be a little bit blurry. He got a reduction to 42.5 and he got the buyer at 52.5. So that's a 10K deal. And he said from 5.5K to 10K all in one day. What a roller coaster. Did this while sitting at a pool in the middle of fucking Vegas right now. Shout out to fucking Grady, bro. If you're watching this video, I'm proud of you, bro. I really am. If you want a similar result to Grady, you know what to fucking do. I'll see you boys on the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Like, comment, subscribe. Boom. Oh wait, I gotta end the loom.